Last time on What's Good America.
Little article by the My Serendipity Adventures, talking about exploring the underground tunnels, basically confirming the 11 miles of tunnels underneath the city. This was the first underground speakeasy we entered. It is located under one of the hotels in DTLA. Now, if you remember, in the last video, someone had told us.
I think it breaks up right here, and it picks up underneath the Roslyn Hotel right here.
There was a hotel in downtown LA. So maybe today we'll go back.
Do y'all know anything about a bar called the Mob Bar?
The Mob Bar?
Yeah. Was there ever a bar here?
There was one over there with the black fences.
Very much looks like it used to be a bar. It definitely looks closed down now. Kind of strange that all these places that allege to be, you know, connecting to the tunnels, none of them are open by the time we get to here. And that's really, one, frustrating, but two, makes you feel kind of eerie. Like, is there some sort of bad luck that comes with being connected to these tunnels? Because almost every place that I've tried to get in is just simply not open anymore. But the mission continues. It makes me feel like there's like a bad juju connected to these tunnels though.
No, it's like they're hiding something.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head that I've seen that's interesting is Golden Gopher, the bar over here.
Okay.
There's this place like right next to it that I have no idea what it is. It's only open sometimes. Sometimes it's gated, and it's this black door. I think it's a gentleman's club type of thing. And it just like one day I saw the black door open, and it was just like this red light, and it was going downstairs.
Golden Gopher is right here. All right, pulling up to the Golden Gopher. Let's do this.
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorists, your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America, fuck yeah!
All right, America. So the Golden Gopher was actually a bust. I can't find the footage right now for whatever reason, but it's all good. The security guard didn't know a damn thing. He was just a dummy, just on his phone the whole time. Didn't know nothing about nothing. A complete waste of my time. Oh, yeah. And remember what I was saying earlier about the NAXEON, about how it was unstealable and I'd show you? I've been getting too excited, so I haven't showed you yet. So we're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. So whenever you are in a location, about to go inside somewhere, NAXEON is so cool that you can just shut it off. The steering will lock, and it has two other features that make it very unstealable. So when you start to take the bike away, oh, I'm gonna roll away with this bike, right? I think everything's all good, everything's fine. Oh no, steering, the back one's locked, you got the horn, and the hub motor fights against you the whole time. So this thing is not going anywhere without you knowing about it. So that's one reason why I do really actually like the NAXEON. I don't have to bring my bike inside every freaking time that I'm gonna go somewhere and ask the question. So it's really perfect for a mission like this, you know? Our ERAD may come more useful once we get access to the tunnels to, you know, actually get around them. But for this today, perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better.
The security guard is over there at the cream store. The cream store, on your right-hand side, there is a building. He used to work at that building, and he knows about it. So when you're in front of it, on the right-hand side, there is a building. And inside, you will see a short, dark-skinned Hispanic security. Talk to him.
Oh, so I do YouTube, bro, and I'm currently on a mission for the 11 miles of tunnels that run underneath the city, and my research has led me here. Is there a black/Dominican security guard that works here? No? So basically someone told me there's a security guard that works here that knows a lot about these tunnels, and I was trying to get in contact with them. Do you, but you live in LA for a while?
Yeah, I lived in LA for a while.
You know anything about any tunnels anywhere?
They're here in the city, but you have to go on Spring Street, and that's where they're at, underneath the banks. Mm-hmm. The banks that are now there, well, they're still there. Like on 7th and Spring, there's that bank, that old bank's at the corner. They got those that run over underneath. But those were used back in the 20s
for the speakeasies.
And they used to transfer the gold
Right, from
underneath,
banks.
from bank to bank.
I understand that
There's train tracks under there.
Yeah, the abandoned red line. So everything is connecting together.
Everything's
but
connected.
here's the ironic part, brother. Every place that I've been led to, like one of the entrances to these tunnels, is closed now. You feel me?
Oh yeah. The only one that know about that would be city officials.
City officials?
Yeah, you gotta go like to the city hall.
Yeah,
They might,
they're stingy with the information, bro. Which makes me. So actually, this series that I'm doing right now first started at City Hall. Ironically enough, I went down that elevator. There's actually a video that shows people going down that elevator and into those tunnels. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
But when I went down though, the door is locked and there's security down there. And now he's saying, oh no, I go back there to the office. I mean, there's doors and stuff that are locked that we don't have access to. But as far as I know, there's no tunnels and you're not the only person that's came looking for them.
Oh, I bet.
So it's just super fishy to me that all of these places that you could access these tunnels, you can't access them. And there's videos of people accessing them in the past 5 years. So in the past 5 years, I feel like they've got a new agenda for these tunnels, bro.
Yeah. I think there's a way, but you just gotta figure out, I guess.
Yep, I think it's all about talking to the right
To
person.
the right people, or know the people that know the history about
Right.
that.
Any places that you could recommend that have been in Los Angeles for a while?
The last bookstore. Just remember the last bookstore, around the corner, right next door to the first bookstore. That's where you can talk to people who are in there.
Perfect, bro. Thank you, man.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Wasn't what I was looking for, but you led me to my next clue, bro. I thank you for that. You have a blessed day, my man. All right, we are on to our next clue, America. This has quickly become a scavenger hunt. But hey, if it was easy, everybody would be exploring these tunnels. Now, wouldn't they? 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And I think that's a pretty good sign that we're on the right track, huh? I think that rhymed. I'm gonna have to run that back. Bars, possibly. Hey, how you doing, my man? Have you lived here for a while in LA?
That?
Have you lived here for a while in Los Angeles?
Lived all my life here in LA.
Amazing, bro. That's exactly what I'm looking to hear. It's currently on a mission for the 11 miles of tunnels that run underneath this city. Basically, everywhere that I've been led to in my research is for sale, closed, or like closed off for some reason, which leads me to believe there's something kind of sketchy going on. Probably. But right, so I'm just trying to, possibly find information that will lead me to these places. So today I went to the Mob Bar. Are you familiar with that place?
No, I'm not.
So apparently there is a connection to the tunnels in the bottom of the Mob Bar, and there used to be these things called cartwheel tours that you could actually like tour the underground, like speakeasies, like where they were used in like the 1930s. Yeah, so I'm just trying to find any information that may lead me to either someone that knows something, has keys, or anything of the nature.
Because the thing is,
Because there's 3 things that kind of connect these things. One being the abandoned red car, one being the speakeasies that were used in the 1930s, and then the third one being, I can't remember, but
you know who might know the kind of stuff like that is, I always see every now and then there's these downtown LA foot tours that the guide is always giving. And they always know, hi guys, how you doing? Come on in guys, come on in, you're good. They always tell them like these fun facts, like hidden places and this and that, and I don't know where they got that information.
yeah, I've got one of those tours in my notes. Yeah, that's like my last resort right there.
That's because the thing is, I don't live in downtown,
Right.
Or near,
Right.
hang around here.
No worries.
That's probably the best place that I know personally.
Okay.
Where to get info from is one of those guides, because they tell people about things that I didn't know about.
Right,
I'm
right.
learning from them too.
Okay, good to know. Thanks for your time, man.
No problem.
I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. My first original plan was to do the cartwheel tours in the event that we couldn't find any more information today. But the cartwheel tours actually don't even happen anymore. So luckily we ran into that one guy in the dispensary that told us where to go. Guess it means it's time to check our list for the next destination, which I believe is gonna be the library. Libraries have been around for a long time, so it seems like it might be a good place to possibly get some information. Maybe we could even fuck around and find some old books. The next place we're gonna head to is the library. See you there, America. Dang, America, we have made it to the library. Can't believe there's a library actually in business. When you see Target and regular places like that go out of business, that are occupied all the time, it's like, how is the library still open? But hey, at least it is. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm looking for possibly the person who has lived in Los Angeles maybe the longest amount of time to talk to. No? Anyone? Like maybe your oldest employee here? You could point me in the direction of anybody that might be able to help me with some information, or maybe even an old book on the history. Information desk.
I would talk to one of the librarians.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was looking for, man.
Information's on the other side. They can probably direct
Thank you guys, man. Have a wonderful day. Information. I'm looking for anybody or any information or anything that could possibly point me in the right direction.
You might want to try our history department.
History department.
Yeah, it's on lower level 4. That's where you find local.
Terrific. Thank you. America, to the history department we go. Hopefully, we're gonna leave here with some history. If this don't work, we're going on that tour. It's the only thing I know to do. Tired of it being uneventful, but sometimes you gotta put in work for the mission, America. So that's exactly what we're doing. I don't know why I'm sitting here. I'm ready to get to this mission, man. I'm ready to get to the bottom of this, or at least one step actually closer. You're gonna get this. I am determined. History. Exactly what we're looking for. How you doing, my man? I'm doing pretty well, thanks for asking. I'm looking for any information, whether it's a person that you could direct me to that may have some information that's lived in Los Angeles for a long time, maybe a book with maps in it, any information that you could possibly direct me to that would lead me a step closer on my mission would be greatly appreciated.
Wow, so which tunnel?
Okay, so there are 3 things in common that connect these tunnels. Well, the first thing being the abandoned Red Line Metro car.
Yeah,
and
what was the name of the speakeasy? It's
Cold? Or there was another place called the Mop Bar as well.
Yeah, okay.
So they're closed down now as well. And I know I've confirmed that there's access to those tunnels in that building. It's just closed. So my backup plan is 1, calling the realtor, trying to get a tour. 2, there's a tour that goes through like things like this in Los Angeles that I'm trying to get up with.
So I've had folks asking about tunnels before, whether it be bootlegger tunnels or tunnels for various reasons.
And the speakeasy tunnels as well.
Speakeasy tunnels.
Yeah.
Things like.
Right. They all connect, but they all,
I've heard about these. I've heard different accounts of them. I've never seen. I'm the map librarian. I've never seen a map of them, like a complete map of any kinds of tunnels.
Right.
And most likely.
What about anything from like bank transfers? Because I know that's the third thing that ties them all together. It's from Spring Street to the courthouse. There was a tunnel used by a lot of those banks on Spring Street to transfer shit to the courthouse for whatever reason. But all 3 of these things are like connected, and in the videos that I've found online in the past 5 years, they all like seem to connect to each other in some way.
Let me see what I can find out.
Thank you, bro. You the man.
So, a long time ago, the library got this collection of maps that are on aperture cards, like little 35 millimeter slides, essentially. There were engineering maps. I thought I had seen in there references to like sewer maps. But I'm realizing I think it was just for like the Santa Monica area. All the maps I've seen are above ground, and any of the transportation maps I have, and even anything from like around Prohibition era, they're above ground stuff. And they just
maybe if we could find a transportation map of the red car.
What year?
Like around Prohibition era, just like 1920s, 1930s.
I'll show you what I got. Or I'll be right back. Let me get
All right, all good. All right, Americans, we're gonna take a look at this real quick while he looks for that, and see if we can obtain any information here. Historical maps of Greater Los Angeles. Alley, Gas Works, Bass Street, Main Street, House of Lots, Vineyard. Let's check out confirmed limits. I'm not sure what that means, but this is crazy to look through though, honestly. Old portion of the city. That's interesting. Page 18. Pages aren't numbered, are they? City map. Let's just flip through this. A lot of this does not make sense. I don't know what this means. I don't see not one single map in here. Yeah. Sorry, America. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I was beginning to think that I was too stupid to use this book. But we have a map, but I don't think it pertains to anything that we're looking for. Index to maps of Greater Los Angeles. Oh, wow. Look at this.
So this is, I want to say, a little bit after the date you're looking for. This is 1935, and it's got the different lines, including Los Angeles Railway, the Pacific Electric. This would be the red lines that you're talking about. Downtown, putting us right here. This is an earlier one going back to 1906, showing similar lines with Pacific Electric being this one right here.
So Pacific Electric was the green line back then?
Pacific Electric was the red car.
Okay. Yeah, no, I thought it was always the red car. It's just, I see the green right here. That's why I was like, so green is the red car then?
No, this sort of orange line.
Okay, so the orange line is the red car. And then downtown Los Angeles is somewhere in here?
We are over here.
So if the library's here, Metro Grand would be...
I think we're like right in these creases too.
Hiding something confirmed.
Yeah.
They blotted this out on purpose, America. The conspiracy is coming together. Whoa.
Okay. This is called the Sanborn Fire Insurance Atlas. It's done by a company called the Sanborn Map Company. What they would do is they would go around and they would make very, very detailed maps of areas, buildings and houses in particular, and they were trying to assess the fire risk of those structures.
Right.
So it's the most detailed kind of map that we can get from this time. This is 1935, a little outside of the range you're looking at, but
I'm sure the red line ran. I think the red line ran during then, so I think it's all good.
So, 4th and Grand is going to be on sheet number 34. I think that's kind of interesting. There's an underground garage, streetcar subway.
Underground garage is interesting because underground garage kind of plays into what we saw in that video. And there's the Hotel Fremont. Isn't the Hotel Fremont still there?
I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know.
No worries. No, it's all good. I'll just look it up, and if they're still open, I'll stop by. So I didn't find too much America because, you know, I'm kind of dumb and wasn't alive when maps like this were actually need to be interpreted. But it is interesting to see the places that surround the place that we're looking for. You know, this is 4th. This is Grand. We have the Hotel Fremont. This is basically where it was at. Remember whenever we saw like the Metro shorty that we talked to and she said she'd give us a tour? That's actually where we're going to go next. But I'm going to put in my notes the Hotel Fremont, the Trenton Hotel. We're going to see if the Hotel Fremont's still a thing. I'm highly doubtful that any of these places are still in existence. But remember that place Kohl's we went to? That place was open since 1906. So, and ironically enough, this book was published in 1906. Maybe just a coincidence. Maybe we've been pointed in another direction. So the one thing left to do, America, it's time to fuck around and find out. You know, America, they say life's all about working smarter and not harder. Come to find out they're right. We caught some speed on that one. All right, see you there. All right, so this is the address that it took us to, and the Hotel Fremont, despite what I thought, does not exist anymore. Maybe that's something I saw when I was in Vegas. Fremont is a big street over there, and the other two hotels were up that way. One is now a bank, and one is now some apartments. Oh, the original plan was to check out the hotels and stuff, so I'm gonna check out the Roslyn Hotel. And I think it's interesting to see that we're here at the Baltimore Hotel, and it says yet again retail space for lease. So let's see if we could even get inside here and talk to anybody. Okay. I figured it was locked. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, brother man? How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Some tunnels that lead underneath the city. I hear there's 11 miles of tunnels. Yeah, you don't know how to get there? All right, so do you have any idea who I might talk to? Know anybody at all?
No, there used to be a tour, but I don't know if they work this company.
Did you know if this building connects downstairs anywhere? Okay, for sure. Appreciate you, man. Well, at least he kept it real instead of like pretending to know something like a lot of the people we ran into. I respect that. Hotel, see, this is the King Eddie. So if you remember, this is where we ended videos because the King Eddie allegedly had access. So it would make sense that the Baltimore Hotel across the street might also have access. So remember when we talked to that nice lady too?
Right here, and it picks up underneath the Roslyn Hotel right
She was
here.
up here, I believe. See if she's up here today. Nope. Looks like that store is closed today. So I think our next stop should be the Roslyn Hotel. It's interesting because the Hotel Roslyn is 2 buildings, right? So it would make sense that there would be an under tunnel connecting them, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. Let's see what's going on, fellas. I'm on the mission for the 11 miles of tunnels that run underneath this city, right? And in the article I read this morning, there's a hotel around this general area that had access to one of the speakeasies in like the 1920s area. You know anything about anything like that by chance? Is there anybody old that works here that's been in LA for a long time or possibly has worked at this hotel for a long time? Maybe like a manager? Yeah? Damn. Do you know of any is there any downstairs access to anything down here? No?
For sure that.
For sure, no? Not even connecting these 2 buildings?
Oh yeah, I know, but they do connect the Roslyn and the hotel and Lost. There is a little tunnel, but they blocked that off a long time.
They blocked it off a long time ago? With that being said, America, we've been putting in the work. We've been doing everything we possibly can, but I'm still not ready to give up this mission. So I think the most productive part of today, despite, all the fact checking and whatnot, is actually that to the guy in the dispensary that we talked to, he said, he basically told us about those tours. So we looked those up, we found them, we've located. So I think the next step is I'm gonna try and book one of those tours for us, America, so we can see this together firsthand, because the tours that I thought, my original plan B that I had if today didn't lead me anywhere, was the cartwheel tours, which they now don't even do anymore. So America, I think the next step in our adventure, I know what you're thinking, how to get here. So, change of plans, America. We're in the lab. We've been doing research since this mission, and we are now, so the original homie, whose video we saw that got in the tunnels from the red car, I'm not gonna disclose his name until it's time, but he contacted us on Instagram, America, and he's willing to collab. The next time that you see this subject arise, we will be going inside of the tunnels that we're looking for, if not all of them. So thank you guys for watching, America. Hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. As always, y'all the coolest people in the world. Thank you guys for watching, America, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz that I have to say as a YouTuber. Love you, America. Till next time.
America, fuck yeah.